Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I'm going to show you how to make this one, which is a sort of or like a multi sort of flip down pocket. So I'll show you how it's done in a minute. Now I've also made this one, but this one's a little bit more complicated, so I've tried to sort of like make it a little bit easier for you to follow by doing this one. But I just wanted to show you this because I think it's really lovely. Now we are on sort of Christmas in July, which I haven't really done an awful lot, but I thought I would show you these two. I'm not doing a Christmas paper one. I'm making it out of some my roses and collage paper, so it will be sort of like a bit shabby. But these two are lovely Christmas ones. So it's like multi-pocket, got lots and lots of pockets in there. The first little pocket here, I've actually popped a little journal in. So it's just a beautiful little simple journal in there. We have a pocket here and a pocket here. I have a pocket there, and then I popped a little sort of gusset onto here to make a pocket in between. And then we've got another little pocket there, and to keep them together I've actually popped a little bit of Velcro, one of the little Velcro thingies there to hold it closed, and then you just open it up and then you've got that lovely Santa picture there. That's got a nice big pocket. Oh, I think I popped a little postcard in there, and then again they're just held together with the little bits of Velcro. Now this is a thinner pocket here, and then I've got a little side pocket, so you could pop a little bookmark or something in there. So they just open up, that one pops from there, you could pop something else in there. I haven't filled these up. And then we've got a lovely big pocket at the back. I think I've got one of my little shaker postcards in there that we did before, but I think these are really lovely, and they just stick together with a tiny little bit of Velcro, which you can't really see on there anyway, but I think they are lovely. And then you pop a little journal inside like that. So that's that one. It's really nice, but it's a little bit sort of complicated. I sort of like was making it up as I was going along, but I've also come up with this one, which is a lot easier, and I think it looks really lovely. So we've still got multiple pockets in there. I've got a lovely little dangly charm on the side. It's got crystals and a little bell and a snowflake, so that just pops off as the closure. Now I've made it with the Christmas snowflake papers, so it's not majorly Christmassy, but it looks really pretty. And the first one is these little pockets just pop down like that, so they're all sort of like individual, and I'm just loving it. So the first one here, I've just popped in some little tags. Now these are also from the snowflake papers as well. I've got Let It Snow. I'll pop all the links to some of the kits. They're all in the Christmas kit, so don't forget, till the end of the month the Christmas kits are got 25% off, so pop along and pick those up quickly. So I've got a nice shabby flower, so it's more of like a shabby Christmas one. I put one of the little words and phrases there, and I've made that into a little pocket, and I think I got the little rose trim on there. I haven't filled up this pocket, but I put stuff in the other ones. This one I've just popped one of the little words and phrases on the side. I made a little card to pop in there with a little bit of the words and phrases. Got a couple of tags in there. That flips down again. Another little pocket with a little card in, and then I've got one of my little postcards in there like that. I trimmed this one down because the pocket was a little bit too small, or the postcard was too big and it poked out too much, so I cut it off. I've got a little double pocket here like that, which I think looks really nice. That's got another postcard in it. This one here has got a little pocket in, and then on the back I popped a little journal, so that's just made out of scrap bits of paper on there. And I think it's really nice, like that. So that just pops in, so it's a really lovely little gift. You could make this for a little present. You could put sort of like gift cards and things inside as a gift as well, make it into a card. and a gift at the same time. And then what I've done, I've just popped that there and closed that up just to hold it all together. Now I think that's really, really lovely. So I'm going to attempt to show you how to do it. Now I'm going to use all these lovely yummy bits here. Now, well, I'm not going to use all of them. So I've got some rose trim in the pink and the purple. I've got some cheesecloth, some seam binding, and I've also got a nice bunch of my fussy cuts here. So I have just printed these onto some tea stain. This is the 250 gram card that I'm using at the moment, and I'm loving it. So I've just coffee stained it and then printed on those, and some of my little words and phrases as well on there. So I'm going to be using those. So I'm going to pop that to the side. And these are the papers. Now these are the backing papers from the Roses in Collage, like that on here. So that's the papers that I'm going to make it from. But to start with, we want to just use 3 pieces of coffee stain paper. Now if you wanted to just use white paper, or you can make it obviously out of digital papers as well, but I'm just going to make the main one out of this, the main pages. So I'm going to take my scoreboard. Now I've used my scoreboard quite a lot lately, so I think I might have to invest in a proper one that actually gives you the right measurements on here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to measure 5 of these little notches here, which is roughly, I think it's supposed to be 1.5 centimeters, which I think is probably just over half an inch, I think. So I'm going to put it down there, and then I'm going to measure along. Let me just open that up, and I'm going to go to 16, to about here, like that. Oops. Make sure you go down in the line. So then you just fold this down. I did it like that, I've measured it like that, so that we get all the little pockets the right size. So that's how it will fold, and then we will just glue that down there. So I'm going to just do these other 2 here. So we go down along here, all the way down, and then along to 16 there. And then just fold it in like that. If you just wanted to eyeball it, then you can do that as well. I'm just going to fold that down, and then the last one here, let's just go 5 along, if I can go down like that, and along to 16. Whoops, there we go. So perfect. So that's what we need to do, just fold it down. So you just need 3 pieces of tea stain paper. Let's pop this away because we don't need that anymore. So that's what we got. Now what we want to do is just stick these little side bits down. So let me just get my glue out. I'm just going to go along the edge here, just along the edge there, just to stick it down. Again, use whatever glue that you've got, or whatever glue that you liked to use. Make sure that's stuck down. So what we're making really is just like a little tube. Make sure that's not stuck down. So there we go, little tube like that, which is perfect. So just go along here. Along the edge of that one as well, just so they stick down nicely. That one doesn't look very straight, but I'm sure it will be fine. And for this one, so this is a lot easier than the other one. I think I was doing the other one, and I knew what I wanted to do, but I was sort of like made it a little bit more complicated than it had to be. So let's just make sure that's stuck down nicely. Perfect. So now we have 3 little sort of like paper pockets, really, aren't they? So that's all we need. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to lay them on top of each other, just so they sort of like come above each other like that. Okay, so they just, you've got their layered on top of each other. Now what I want to do now is then, if I try and make this so it's easier, so you just layer them on top of each other, so they've just got sort of like an inch down like that, and then you want to pull the bottom piece up and try and make it so they're all level with each other. And I need to make them go up just a little bit, just like that, just so this bottom piece isn't too small, this bit, so you don't make sure that's not too small. So they come up like that, and then what you want to do is just fold that piece there like that, so then we've got the 6 little pockets like that. Okay, fold that down. So to do that again, you take your 3 pieces of paper, you pop them on top of each other, and just make sure you've got probably about 1/2 inch, I would have thought, but eyeball it and just see what you think, and then you just fold it up just so you've got an equal gap in between that one and that one. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make sure, take them all out individually, oopsie daisy, and just make sure that they are nice and flat. That goes in there, and that goes in there, so then they just slot into each other like that. So there we go. That's how simple it is to make them. Now what I'm going to do, what I did on my last one, I went on the sewing machine and I sewed along this bit here. So that's what I'm going to do, but first of all I'm just going to ink them a little bit. Let me put the lid on this so it doesn't dry up. Now I'm just going to ink just around the edges, just like this, and then because it goes this way, we want this one here. Now I did make a little notch in here. I'm not going to on this one because I just want to decorate along the top of each pocket, and there won't be much point in putting in a little notch because I will cover it up. So let's just ink these a little bit this way. We can pop that in like that, so they're all together. Now I'm going to add the paper. I'm going to sew them together first, and then we can add the little bits of paper and everything to them in a minute. So that's how that goes, which is a perfect. Maybe I will ink, maybe I'm going to have to ink the back of all of them. Let me just do that quickly. And just one, just the tops of them, I think. Now obviously you don't have to ink it if you don't want to. Depends what sort of paper and what sort of like style you're doing, because obviously you don't have to do sort of like the shabby vintage style. You can do anything that you like. Right, what I'm going to do now, that's better, now it's all inked up, because we are going to see the back of these. I am just going to run my sewing machine along this little bit here. Okay, so I will be 2 seconds. Okay, so there we go. I did it on the longest stitch that I have on my machine, which is number 6, and pop that on there. So there we go, and then make sure these are all nicely folded up, and then to keep it together you just use that little clip, which I have made one here, but if you want me to, I can do a tutorial on these, but they're very, very simple. This one's got, I popped a little fairy on there sitting on a moon, and a few little bits and pieces on there, and that is what's going to hold that piece together so they don't all open up. So there we go. I'm going to pop that to the side. So now what we are going to do is just cover these up. So we're just going to stick some of this paper on the back. Now I'm going to just eyeball this. Now again, you can you know, measure it exactly if you want to, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to eyeball it up, tear them up and stick them on like that. Just ink them up, I expect, as well. Pop that down like that, just so it goes to the top. There we are. So that one will go on the back, and then we will have another one here. That can go on there. I wonder if I could put it on another one. Let's use this one here as the next one. Let's have a little bit of music paper on this one, because this pattern here can go either way, can go up or down, can't it? So I'm just going to try and get as much out of these papers as I can. Sure I am in view. Let's do it this way so I can see. I'll go on there like that. That will stick on there. Now this piece should go on one of these. Do you think? A little bit too small for that one, but it will go onto there, won't it? Just cut that little piece off there. That. So again, you can use whatever paper, so you can just do it in the tea stain paper if you wanted to. I think it goes around that way, I'm not sure. So that's that one. Let's pop this one in here. That can go that way. Oops. Like that. Or you could actually cover it with book paper. That would look really nice. I'm quite liking decoupaging with book paper at the moment, because I think it's quite an easy, because the book paper is so sort of like thin and nice. It's fantastic to do decoupage with, because it just sticks down so easy. Okay, so that one will go onto there like that. Now we need to do this one. Don't think that's quite big enough either. So let's have this one here. Tear that one down. Goes on there. Doesn't have to be perfect either. Or if you didn't have any paper, if you didn't have any digital papers or anything, you can stamp it. which would take you no time at all. So you could just put some lovely stamps on there, which would look nice. So that would go on there, that goes on there. We've already done that one, and we can have a little bit of this one on here, can't we, on the front. So there we go. Fold that up like that. Tear it down. And there we go. Okay, so there we go, that's all of that one done. And now what I want to do is the back. I'll stick that on because I want to ink it first. Now this is the piece I've got for the back, so I think I wanted these roses on there because I think that looks really, really pretty. So I'm going to put that, I'm going to do the darker one, so I'm going to have it this way. Make sure that's level there. Tear that down. Oops. And then I'll do it this way so I can see a little bit better. Put that along there. And there we go. So that piece, which way did I have it? This way. That one can just cover the back piece up, so that looks really nice. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to ink round the edges of it all, so I will probably just speed this up so you don't have to watch me go through each little piece. Okay, so there we go, they are all inked up nicely. So let's stick them in. So I'm going to stick the big one on the back. So what shall we use? I might use a little bit of Fabri-Tac on this just to be quick. Like this, so it all sticks down nicely. Oops. Way. Stick that on. Perfect, there we go. So that is lovely. So now what I would like to do, let's just pop the lid on there. So that's come out really, really nice. Now I'm going to get all my little bits and pieces here. And what I was going to do, so I've got some of this lovely trim on here, which I think looks so pretty, but we need something on the front, but we could have a word, or we could have something, oopsie daisy, little birds, or I've got so much stuff in here. I should have really got myself organized before I started doing this, because I won't be here for ages just picking something that I want to pop on it. Should we just have a words, a little sentiment? That over the top, couldn't we? That would look really pretty for the first one. And then what I wanted to do is just have like little words going up these like that, which I think would look really nice. Maybe I'll just have a word on there. Let's have a look. Let's just get, maybe we'll just have love on the front. That would look pretty, wouldn't it? And then these I just want to stick like this. That's another one, delightful. There. So I think that looks really nice. Right, what I'm going to do now, I want to, oops, let's put that back. Get a little bit of maybe a grungy fabric that I've got here, just a little bit. So I just want to sort of stick it down. Let's get a little bit of cheesecloth as well. Cut some off. I'm going to use some glue stick because it holds the cheesecloth down a little bit better, I think. So I'm just going to stick that on. Stick that down like that. I'm going to pop that over the top with a little bit of fabric tack on here to hold it on. So I think that looks really nice. Too much glue there. Okay. And we can do the same with each sort of one as we go up through. Take a little bit of fabric. Oh, I got nice sticky fingers now. A little bit of this cheesecloth. Pop a little bit of glue along there. A bit of glue on here. So again, you can use lace, all sorts of different ways that you can make these look all nice and pretty. Let's pop that on the top. So just have a little rummage through all your bits of stash that you have. You can sit there. I want it so you can sort of see it when this folds up. So you want it like that. Oops. I'm going to stick through. So I hope so. Not quite, I don't think. More glue. Oops. Okay. Next one. Then we can add a few little seam binding bows and stuff, can't we, as well? So let's pop. Oops, I stuck that together. A bit of glue there. A bit of a scruffy bit of fabric. Like that, and then we've got our little word along there. Oops. Hold that down a little bit. Gosh, I think I'm using a little bit too much glue there. So that holds down so you can see that over the top of the pockets, which looks nice, doesn't it? A little bit too much glue. Let's take that off. A little bit of cheesecloth again. A little bit of glue. Stick that there. A little bit of grungy old fabric. Just like that. And then nice word on here. Stick that there. So make sure we can see that. Perfect. I'm going to stick down. And then I think I want peacefulness at the top. So we'll have, which way do we want to go here? little bit of cheesecloth there, bit of a grungy fabric, that down, there we go. Oh my gosh, all sticky. I think it's a bit too much glue. A little bit more under there, I think, to stick you down. Oh, I think that's looking really pretty, isn't it? And then we shall have this one on the top. Oh, that's a lovely pocket. Make sure I haven't stuck my pockets down. Okay. Go so it pokes up over the top just a little bit. Let's have a little bit of this fabric so it all matches in. Let's have it that side there. Squash that down just so we can see it over the top of all of them. Oh, I think that looks really, really pretty, doesn't it? Lovely. I love that. Now, let's have a little bit of this, I think. Let's pop those out of the way. Let's cut a few of these little things off, little roses, just to pop onto some of them. I might actually pop that all the way along on that one. Let's just cut that off. Put some glue down here. Which way round? Make sure we don't stick it together. How lovely. I'm loving this. But to make sure we've got enough room to stick that on there to hold it down. Make sure it goes in there. Don't stick everything down too much. Okay, shall we have a few of these? These aren't the easiest things to cut apart. So you want 3, because I think 3, an odd number, is quite nice on these. Just put them on. I'm not going to put them on all of them, I don't think. Let's put them on that one like that, I think. Or shall we put you at the top? I think we'll pop you at the top like that. Let's find, what did I do with the end of it? There we are. One more, I think, can go here, like that. That looks pretty. Let's stick you on there. Like that. This one can go here. And then we'll put this one on the top. Just like that. Now that looks really nice. Okay, so now we have to pop a little lid on there. Now I'm going to decorate some of this. Let's just get some of that glue off. Make sure we've not stuck them all together. So that's the front. Now I like the front like that. So what I'm going to do is just pop a little bit of something from in here. What shall we have? Look, we could have a little bit of prettiness, couldn't we, on here as well? So that looks nice on there. I was thinking if I put that, you could even slide something in if you didn't put the whole lot on there. If you just glue down this side, I think I need to just ink this up a little bit, just like that. I think I will. I think what I will do, I'm going to just stick down this side, and then we can just pop in the little words or phrases in there. So let's just get some glue. Stick down here, stick that top bit on. Stick it down. So that makes like a little pocket in there as well. Lovely. Okay, let's do the next one. What shall we have on here? Got lots on here. That's lovely. That looks really nice, just like that. Let's just put a little bit of grunginess underneath, I think. That looks nice, doesn't it? Bit of glue. And I think I will just ink just round the edge a little bit. And that can just sit on there like that. Lovely. I'm loving, I do love these assorted fussy cuts. I think I'm going to have to make some more soon. And I've got 5 minutes. I do have a lovely kit coming out this week. Whether it's out now, I'm not sure, but it's a really nice, a nice shabby journal kit coming out, which is really pretty. So there we go. That looks pretty, doesn't it? So that doesn't have a pocket on, but this one has the pocket. So that will just slip in there like that. Or if you want to put anything that you like in there. So let's have something on here. What do we have? Oh, that lovely one there, look, that looks nice, doesn't it? Oh, we got some flowers. Have like a double one. I think I might have that like that. And then we could have another one, couldn't we, with that one as like a little tuck in the side. Yes, I think that's what I will do. A little bit of ink around the edge. Okay, I'm going to stick that one fully down. Just ink around here. Those colours go together really well, don't they? So should we have a little bit of grunginess in this? What do you think? Or should we just have some bit of cheesecloth maybe? Needs something in between. Let's have a bit of cheesecloth. That's my scissors. Bit of cheesecloth under the little summer house there, which looks nice. Put that down there. Stay down, and then I'm going to pop just a bit of grunginess there. That can stick there, and then we've got that as a little tuck. So let's just stick this down. I want to stick this bit here. Now I'm just going to stick the tip of that butterfly there. So which way should we have it? Just like that. So that sticks down. And then we have the little tuck piece there. Will that work? Yes. So it would need to go in that way, wouldn't it? That would look nice. And a little bit more glue just there to hold that bit down. Stick that down. Lovely. So I'm loving this. Doesn't that look so pretty? Make sure you're stuck down. Right, what shall we pop on this one? Okay, sorry guys, my battery went on my camera, so I was talking to myself for a little while. So that was the last one we did. So on this one I picked these two that I thought looked really pretty. So I thought they would sort of like almost like slot in together there, and then you could get sort of like another something little tuck in there. So if we don't glue it all down, we can pop a little tuck in there as well. So I'm just going to go around the outside with a little bit of ink like this all the way round, and also on the little rose. It's got some little birds in there as well, which look really pretty, so they can go on. So I'm just going to sort of like tuck it in like that, and then you've got like a little tuck spot as well, which always looks nice. So let's pop a little bit of cheesecloth so it all matches in together with the rest of it. Let's get some grungy old cheesecloth. Let's pop that to the side. Stick that down. Like that. So let's stick this one on first. Oops, oh gosh. Stick a blob on the front of it. Okay, so you can just stick down there, which looks really pretty. Now we're going to glue it all, so that's not going to make a tuck, is it? So maybe I'll just pop this one onto there, and then we can just tuck in that side. Silly Billy. So let's just do this bit here. Pop that. Make sure we're sort of straight. There we go. So I've left a little bit of room there, and then that can be your little tuck spot there. That's perfect. That works out, doesn't it? Let's have a little bit more glue just to hold those bits down. There we go. Really nice. I am loving this one as well. So what should we pop onto here? So I've got all sorts of bits here. It's quite nice, isn't it? I do like this lily with the dragonfly on it as well. I think they will look nice, won't they? Shall we have a double one? We could pop a little tuck in there. That looks nice, doesn't it? Okay, again, I'm just going to go around the outside with a little bit of ink around there. Like that. So that will go on there. Around to the outside. Let's have again a little bit of cheesecloth. I do like my cheesecloth. Let's just pop a little bit of glue just there. Oops. Right, now I won't glue all of this one down, so let's just glue this bit around here. There we go. Stick you on there. And then this one I shall stick around this bit, so we can stick this on up here. Oops. Bit free with my glue, aren't I? Look at that. What a big mess. Nice and messy, never mind. Let's stick that down. Let's try and dab that off a little bit. There we go, perfect. So that's quite a big tuck spot actually, and that looks really nice in there. I'm quite liking that in there. I think that goes really well. Oh gosh, look at my glue. Let's pop the lid on and tidy that up in a minute. I don't think I need any more glue now. I think we are all done. I'm going to put that in there because I think that looks really nice. And you can just journal on the back of these little ones. So that pops in there, lovely. Then we've got this one here, so we'll have a little tuck spot there. This one can open up, and then we can have, we shall pop you this way, I think. That one doesn't have a tuck spot. That one has a tuck spot, doesn't it? So we can pop that in there like that. And then we've got that lovely one on the front. So there we go. And then what you can do is just make whatever you like to pop into the little pockets. Little journals and all sorts can go in there. Make sure I've not stuck them down like that. And then again we've got this lovely little dingly dangly that I made before. So I will do a quick tutorial on these because they're really, really simple. You probably know how to make them anyway. I think they're really, really lovely, and that makes just the perfect little closure there that closes it up nicely. So I think that is really, really lovely. Now if you wanted to make the little book here, it's really simple. So it's just a sheet. Let's see what we've got left, see if we can make one. Let's pop that over to the side. Now I've got this here, which I could probably use all of that, couldn't I? Let's do it this way round. It's probably a little bit too long maybe. Let's see. I don't know, it's quite nice poking out the top, isn't it? So let's put that in there. Let's get some paper. Will it make half of that? Yes, that will fit. Just get some random bits of paper. It's probably just a little bit too big, I think. Let's see. Maybe not. I think that will fit okay. Then I've got these little pieces which I can pop in there as well. So that can go in there. That can go over the top. Fold these little extra pieces. No point in having those that go to waste. I'm going to put that down there. That one up there. One, oh, if I can open it up, and then this piece here. So all of those little pieces can just go on here nicely. Let me take that piece out, put those two on there, and then that can go in the middle like that. So we've got that, and then that can go inside like that, I think. Right, let's just pop that to the side. Now I want to cover this up. So let's just pop that onto there like that. A bit of tacky glue on this one, I think, because I will quickly sew around the outside of it. Super simple little journal to go in here. Let's just stick that on there. Take our ruler like that. Nice little simple journal. Now, shall I don't really think I'm going to sew around it. I think it's quite nice like that. Let's just ink it a little bit. Get that out there. Ink that up. Pop these in there. And that fits perfect, doesn't it? And what I'm going to do is staple that. So we're going to take the staple again like we did before, the staple, the rubber, and then open up our paper clip, and then I'm going to do one in the middle there. I'll do one at the bottom. This is just so it catches all those little bits of paper, and then we'll do one up here like that. Perfect. What have we got? I've got my little pliers here that we can just turn these over. Something, we want something metal, something nice and strong to push those down, and there we go. Perfect. What shall we pop on the front? Shall we have anything? Do you think we have a little teacup? Looks quite nice, doesn't it? Let's have a little bit of cheesecloth. Let's just finish it off with a little bit of cheesecloth on here, a little bit of glue. Crunch that up. Yes, I like that. Let's just ink around the edge. Pop that on with a piece of glue, with a bit of glue. Lovely. Now, do we have, let me just put this one back in here, and then we'll look for a little, oops, that goes in the wrong one. What am I doing? That goes in that one, doesn't it? Let's see, we've got in here, we could do with a little word, couldn't we? Shall we have dream? So that blue goes with that, lovely. Let's put that down there, I think. Just ink the edges. Pop that out of the way. Pop a little bit of glue on there. And that can just stick on there, like that. So I think when you make these little pockets and stuff like this, I think having a little journal, I think they look nice with a little journal in between. So there we go, nice little grungy up journal that can go in there, sit in there nicely. Shall we put something along the top so it pokes out nice? Shall we have a little bit of this, just so it matches in, I think. just so we can see it on the top, poking out of the top of it. So what do we need? About that much. A little bit of glue. Then it all matches up nicely then, doesn't it? Make sure that's stuck down. Oops. And we can just pop that in there. And you've got that lovely edging on the top which matches perfect. So there we go guys, that is lovely. I really do like that. So that's your little, oops, let's go this way, little dingly dangly on there. So that just comes off there, and then we've got a little pocket here so you can pop whatever you like in there. Little tuck spots, little pockets. That one we didn't do as a tuck spot, that was just a picture, but I suppose you could even put something else there as well. Little pocket, that's got a little tuck spot in there, so whichever way you want to do it. And then you've got all sorts of things to pop inside, but I do love this. So simple to do. That goes in there, and we've got a lovely little journal that we've just made there. Beautiful. There we are guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It was another longish video, which I don't normally do, but I am loving it. Nice start to finish of a little pocket flip out. So there we go guys, thank you so much for joining me. That's the other one, so that's the Christmas one. And that is the other one that I did before, which is showing the Christmas papers. So don't forget to go and grab the Christmas papers while they are still got 25% off. So they are lovely. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of the day, and I will see you soon. Alright guys, bye bye.